Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelai Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs, your safe space for authenticity and transformation. We host all sorts of events in the Pacific Northwest, many online, and occasionally we host special events from our practitioners. And I'm so excited to be introducing to you Miché Meizner, who does spoon bending. I took spoon bending from Miché, and I totally was worried I would not be able to do it. Science background, my brain gets in the way, and I could do it. You can do this. So, Miché, tell us about what you do. Tell us about spoon bending.
Right? I love to teach. This is one of my favorite things. And starting with a spoon that you cannot bend, just with your physical strength. And then, somebody, I was on an interview recently, she said, you must walk people into, a deep meditative state, right? And I was like, no, that's too hard. It takes too long. What I'm really doing is helping people just get out of their own way and step into curiosity and possibility and play with their spoon while I'm talking about it and give it a try and give it a bend, and it's like it doesn't bend and it's hard and I can't move it, and then all of a sudden it just bends. And when I ask people what happened, a lot of times they say it felt like it wanted to bend, which is crazy that your spoon just wanted to bend. But everything is energy, and we step into a different time and space, right? Where possibility is on the table, and we're leaving out the thinking critical mind that says, I know how this works, and this can't happen, or only certain people can do it, or only if you meditate. Um, I can't tell you the science, although I still can't explain electricity either. So okay, but I do know that it's very accessible. Not everybody, and if you've never been to spoon in your life, you're still amazing, energetic being, and awesome. And it says nothing about you except that you didn't bend a spoon. But most people nowadays, I'd say about 90% of the people in my workshops bend one or more spoons while they're in the workshop, and you just get to see what this whole other level of what's possible when you turn off the self-talk, that narration that usually keeps us in a box of what is possible or how things go, and it's finding this balance of wanting to do something, intending to do it, and also letting go. So it's like you're holding it lightly. You're not being like, I have to bend the spoon and I gotta make this happen, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna go this way. It's gonna go that way. Sometimes the biggest surprise is you'd be, whoa, that was a good catch. You're holding a spoon and you think for sure it's going this way. Of course, this is the way it feels comfortable in my hand, and I'm going to push it this way. And then suddenly something makes you turn it the other way. And that's how somebody bends. And I don't know, let's see if it can. Yeah, no, not going to happen. That's the letting go part. I've been teaching this for 10 years. I've bent hundreds, thousands probably, of spoons. And I don't know always if it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. But I just tried, because I've been doing it so long, I can kind of pop in and out of that space. And I don't always know if it's going to happen.
I remember the first one that I bent when I was in your class, and I was really worried I wouldn't be able to. And I'm like, all right, I got to trust, I got to see, I got to trust and see. And the very first one that I did, I was like, I did the process and it started bending. And it was just after it started bending, I was like, holy F, this is bending. And of course, my brain then is on and clink, it stopped right then. So I got like partway clink, and then I got like
Right?
five more to bend, but like totally, my brain is totally the thing.
Right. It's like you kind of get into a zone that we're not used to either getting into or staying in. Window of opportunity opens, and if you go, it pops you right out. The window
Mhm.
shuts, right? So the thing about learning how to do this is that you begin to learn about your own physiology and your own mental state and your own emotional and energetic state. And that's why I teach it, is to help you recognize that and learn that about yourself so that you can be in that state in other things. I mean, the spoon bending is fun and cool, and it's great, thing to talk about at parties or whatever. But really, I want people to learn how to shift reality, right? How to shift your state of being before you get onto a difficult phone call. How to ask, like, what else is possible, instead of assuming that you know how something is going to go. And usually that's, like, yeah, that's going to be hard. I know that's going to be really hard. Well, you keep saying that, and yep, it's going to be hard. And if instead you approach whatever it is and you think, huh, I wonder how this could be different, and then just allow that to show up however it does.
Yeah.
So that's my mission behind, trying to change the world one teaspoon at a time.
Well, I love you. I love working with you. And I love what you open for people with spoon bending.
Yeah,
So Baby Fairs is sponsoring some of the spoon bending classes. So check out joinmeweonline.com to see what's coming up for Miche spoon bending. And I'll send you over there. So thanks, Miche, for making this available for people.
looking forward to it.
Great. Everyone check out Miche.